everybody, it's Jacob, Living Waters Landscaping. We're here in Hendersonville, North Carolina, working on this koi pond and waterfall. Check it out. Here we are, we're gonna have probably about a 15 by 20 koi pond here. We're gonna have an intake bay over here and a wetland filter up at the top, probably a 10 by 12 wetland filter, upflow, and a nice wide waterfall coming through here, and a nice little patio in here. Here's the blank slate that we're gonna work with. So last year we were out here and we were able to do this nice bubbling boulder fountain, still flowing good. Got a little entryway feature as you come into the house. And we were also able to do about a 100-foot long pondless system over here. This is the feature we made last time, and she loved it, so she has to do a koi pond on the other side. Nice little staircase. Some of you who follow me have already seen this, but it's a fun little spot. We also did a pretty nice patio up here. Dry laid flagstone work. Came out pretty nice. So yeah, this is looking good. So the pond and the other waterfall is going to be the other side of that mound that you'll be able to see when you come in through the entrance. We'll welcome you in. And then as you get in further, you get to see some of this. All right, here we are on this koi pond build. Not bad for day one. Well, technically day two. We got some stuff staged here. We got our snorkeling centipede set up for the wetland filter. It's gonna be up here. We have a waterfall coming down. It's gonna be a pretty wide waterfall. We might even put a planting pocket or two in the middle. It'll be about 4 foot deep here. About 15 by 20, including the shelving and everything. This is going to be a little intake bay set up here with 2 pumps. We'll have some jets. All right, here we are on this koi pond build. It's probably day 4 or so here. You guys are cutting out fabric right now. Start laying. We got the pond dug out. Got our liner roll ready to get pulled out. We got a footer for some floating steps we're going to be putting across the shallow end here. We got our intake bay cut in. And all right, it's Jacob, Living Waters Landscaping, working on this koi pond here in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Oh crap, they just dropped the tree. I was just gonna show you, we're putting some floating stone steps across the shallow end of the pond here. And I just wanna show you how we're gonna prep for that under the liner. Anyways, what we have here is a footer for some floating steps here. They're going to be coming across the shallow end of the pond here from this side to that side. So under the liner, we poured a 12-inch footer of steel reinforced concrete to support underneath the liner so we don't have any settlement here. And then we put some of this interlocking rubber padding on top of it so that you don't have a pinch point between the concrete that's going to go on top of this and the concrete underneath. So what we'll do is flip that liner back over and pour a slab on top of the liner that'll be supported by this underneath slab, and then put some sonotubes up here and mount the steps so we can walk across here and it'll be super solid. All right, so now after we got that padding in, I put it in, we're going to lay a double layer of this geotextile fabric down just for extra protection and stabilization there. And now we're going to pull that liner back in and pour the footer on top of the liner. Should be fun. All right. Got our footer poured and our forms set for the floating steps here. So this is all set right in front of the intake bay here. Be a little kind of a shallower section. Those will be 4 inches above water level with you know, capstone, stepping stone on there that we're going to anchor in there with some all thread and some corner brackets. Alright, we're all poured, ready to let this set up. We got the bottom of this pond all rocked in, and now we are installing this under gravel airlift grid. Got our fish cave set, got to cap that off. This is kind of similar to any under gravel grid, except we're not using the pump to suck the water through. We have a bunch of gravel on top of this. We got a vertical pipe here where we drop an air stone into the bottom of that, and as the air lifts, it starts to suck the water out of this grid here. All these are perforated along the bottom with 3/8 and 1/8-inch holes. So it'll create, you know, a nice filter area on the bottom of the pond here. What's up, everybody? It's Jacob, Living Waters Landscaping, working on this koi pond here in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Doing pretty good, getting most of the rock work done inside the pond. Working on the intake bay right now, getting that rocked in. So intake bay is basically what we're going to use here instead of a skimmer box. It allows us to have a little bit more flow and not have to deal with cleaning out the basket of the skimmer all the time. So it just makes a little spot here where you can net out leaf debris, and it's going to suck everything right into that area. Makes it a lot easier on the maintenance, I think. And we've got the floating steps here that are getting ready to be set. It'll be really fun walking across the water there. And what else? Fish cave. All right, everybody, we're strapping up some boulders for this koi pond here. Got some of this 10,000 pound rated webbing here. We'll be strapping our boulders with that. The reason we've been liking to use this, especially setting on the liner, is that if you get it pinched in there and you can't get your strap off after you set your boulder, you can just cut it off and leave it. You're on the liner and then you got to get your strap out depending on your boulder. If you pinch your strap underneath there, you got to try and pry it up and whatnot. So we've been liking this. Alright, and after you set the boulder, occasionally you can untie the knot on the end of that strap and pull it out if you're lucky and save that whole strap. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. With this one, I think we're going to be lucky here, so we don't have to cut that strap. Pull this all the way out. Makes life a lot easier on us there. All right, right now we are installing these the aquatic lights here. We have some conduits laid out behind the rock work with a little spot to roll up some extra wire in there. And we're doing this just in case this fixture goes bad. You can always replace bulbs on a lot of different fixtures depending on what you have, but some of them are built in, or if the fixture itself goes bad. Once we rock all this in, we don't want to just have wire running randomly through the rock work. We want to be able to pull it in and out confidently, so we got a conduit run. And now we're going to pull this wire through. Right? Pull it. He pulls it up through. And we're good. Whoa! And then we can go ahead and mount this right into the wall of the pond, cap that off, and we'll be good to go. Got these dry set in here on our pillars, looking pretty good. We got some bolts and brackets in there that we're gonna anchor these guys to underneath. So we drilled out the J bolts that we have in there. We'll epoxy those in as we're mortaring. And then we have some L brackets that we're gonna Tapcon just in case. All right, folks, we are all set in. The loading steps are mortared and mounted. Came out great. Now we just let them dry. That'll be pretty fun. Okay, all right. Starting to excavate for the waterfall here. Really kind of trying to go a little bit wider here on this feature. I don't want to have a few different falls just cascading through this area. I want to try and put a planting pocket in the middle of the falls so I can put a tree in there. Just got to get the waterfall liner in and start rocking the boulders in there. The intake bay is pretty much rocked in here. And that sounds like Friday. Falls are going in. Yeah, it's tough some days to get it looking how you want it, dreaming up how it's gonna flow. All right, waterfalls are coming together. Haven't been filming much lately. I'm focusing on building the falls. Water's gonna be splitting through here and here, here, a couple through here. Yeah, and go up one more shelf and then we'll have the wetland filter up there. Bring in the boxes. Let's go for it, wetland filter. Coming in. Alright, got our snorkel and centipede plumbing and boxes set up in here for the wetland filter, about 10 by 10. Got one more fall to go here, and then we're ready to turn this puppy on. All right, it is a muddy mess out here. We're having to pump all the water out of the pond right now because we got some washout, which sucks because it took a long time to fill off the house hose. Anyways, we're getting up top here. We did a fun little thing here in the middle, put a little planter, and plant a nice little Japanese maple right in the center of the falls. Some water go around it. So what we did here is put some fabric in here with a scrap piece of liner around the backside and gravel underneath it. So the water coming from the falls won't get in there. It'll go around it, but it'll still have good drainage down the bottom whenever you want to water this tree. And we're working on the last set of falls before the wetland. And it's coming out good. All right, here we are a couple months in. Haven't been taking a lot of videos lately, but back at it now. Keep cleaning this pond out, but we keep getting mud washing in here. It's been about the third time, unfortunately. Finally starting to get out of the mud and get our grade done. Got our patio prep done. A lot of edging work done. Our pumps are in. All right, everybody, here we are. We're getting this pond and waterfall wrapped up pretty dang close, at least here. Everything's working out great so far, and yeah, we're moving forward. Got the intake bay looking great. Water quality still needs to clear up a little bit. Hopefully the filter will work. Cleaned it out about 3 times already. Got our gravel grid, airlift grid is working, splashing water out, coming from the bottom of the pond there. Another aerator, waterfall. Floating steps are floating. Love the waterfall, how it turned out. I love this waterfall, but I wanted to extend it. What we're gonna do is put another fall right in here, coming off our main pump, just to finish it off. We got our flow split. We got 2 pumps. One of them runs into the wetland. Another one comes in right here to run the waterfall. And we split the wetland with the jets in the pond. So, all right, here we are on our final day here. This project, putting some lights in right now on the exterior of the falls here. We still got some touch-up work to do. Patio needs to be finished and mulch and a few more plants and stuff, but I'm gonna wrap it up for now. So check it out. Pretty happy with how this came out. Water's filtering out slowly. Might or might not pump this out again, but it's starting to look pretty good. Plants going in, putting the lights in. Pretty nice when some of these plants start growing in. I really like this extra waterfall we put up at the top here, on top of the fog filter. It really helps when you're looking at it from down below to bring everything together. But it's starting to clean up.